Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another video. Today I thought I'd talk about FIFA 14, and there's some pretty cool news that I thought I'd share with you guys. A little bit of a preview. This is most of the things that I'm going to be saying are like straight from EA, and this is pretty recent stuff as well, and I'm going to be quoting a lot of things in this video, and then I thought I'd discuss it. And obviously I want you guys to let me know what you guys think about it, because I'm a massive FIFA 14, well, FIFA fan in general. I shouldn't say FIFA 14 because it's not out yet, but the fact that the game that I'm playing most right now and the game that I'm most looking forward to is FIFA is a little bit it says a lot about the game and how much replay and depth it has to it. I think the fact is that football for me is something that I really enjoy, and the fact that there's a really good game out there that is football just is awesome. So that's sort of really all I've been doing lately in terms of gaming. And nonetheless, I thought I would go on about FIFA 14 and give you guys somewhat of a preview of the game. Once again, most of this is pretty much just quoting straight from EA Sports. So, first things first, it seems like they're really trying to enable fans to sort of experience the sort of emotion of scoring great goals. So, for example, I don't know if you guys are Chelsea fans, but that's all I can really give you guys in terms of examples. But when David Luiz scored that amazing goal against Fulham, or when Hazard scored that amazing goal against United, and in real life when you score amazing goals, I haven't experienced it too much, but I do know that it does feel really good. And they're trying to sort of help us experience that sort of similar feeling. And they're doing that in sort of a variety of different ways. But the main way is it seems like they're really promising that the game will offer this sort of amazing matchday experience where you can sort of build up play through the midfield, and then sort of dictate the tempo of the match, and then sort of go from midfield to attack and really create awesome opportunities that we haven't sort of seen before in different FIFAs. Oftentimes you could sort of just play one amazing through ball which would just cut through the whole defense of the opponent and you'd score. Now I think it sounds as if there's a lot more sort of build up required, and it sounds as if the game sort of caters towards those players who actually sort of know the game of football a lot more than people who just know the game of FIFA, which is completely different. They also they quoted that opportunities will be rewarding and great goals will look stunning. I think that basically comes down to the sort of realism of shooting. So let's get into shooting a little bit. So you guys may have heard a little bit about shooting in sort of the way the ball works and the physics and everything, but pretty much they're adding a pure shot along with all new sort of physics to the ball, which obviously I think is a long time coming. Generally, the balls in FIFA, the way you kick them is ridiculous. They'll either just float crazily over the bar, or they'll just go top corner and they'll be ridiculously unrealistic, and it sort of doesn't depend in what stance you're in. Especially FIFA 12, I find that you can just shoot from anywhere and you can get this amazing power, which is so unrealistic. But in this game, there's a lot more sort of shooting realism. So now you actually have to get the right angles. You actually have to adjust your stride. You can't just shoot if you randomly get the ball and you don't have any momentum, unlike some of the older FIFAs. Pure strikes as well. It sounds as if you can sort of just strike the ball really cleanly if you're sort of in the perfect sort of stride or on the perfect angle. But there's also shots that are off balance and rushed shots. They've also added physics and different sort of ways the ball moves from those sort of stances. So I think the way the real ball physics works is, I'm not too great with this stuff, but I'm pretty sure they've used a lot of motion technology to sort of dictate how the ball actually moves from your foot. But it's sort of, now the ball will determine how you kick the ball, and depending on that, the ball will move and swerve in different sort of ways, which is really cool and really realistic. This means players can pretty much kick the ball with force and from distance. I just quoted that. So that's really cool as well. It sounds as if there's a lot more sort of depth into shooting. Obviously you can drill low sort of rising shots with accuracy. You can also sort of blast dipping shots or turbulent shots. And obviously they're bringing back sort of finesse shots and stuff like that. So now there's a lot more about shooting. A lot of people are now going to probably struggle to score as many goals, which for me is a good thing, if anything. I really like the way I like the sound of in this FIFA how scoring is actually a big deal. It's not just you win a game 6-0 because you're good at holding down the circle. For me, that's stupid, and I really like the way they're sort of heading with FIFA 14. So along with these features, you can also sort of dictate the tempo of a match using sort of different strategies. So, for example, players will now sort of fend off or block defenders whilst sort of dribbling at any speed. So this is something that I find a big issue in FIFA. A good example are defenders like Company against a player like, say, Walcott. Walcott is extremely fast. Company's a fairly fast but ridiculously strong defender in FIFA. Now, the main problem with this is that I find that some of the stronger defenders can easily knock off players off the ball, but then some players that are ridiculously fast can just easily sprint past players, which for me is completely stupid. Now it seems like there's a lot more sort of fending, a lot more sort of blocking in this FIFA, which is good, and that's sort of realistic. You can also sort of outmuscle opponents for positioning before receiving a pass. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that if your player is stronger or quicker, you will sort of go past him with ease. Now, it seems like there's a little bit more sort of strategy towards, getting past players while you're running. Not only that, but there are also big changes to teammate intelligence. They were talking a lot about attacking intelligence in FIFA 12. They did it, 13. They did it okay. I can't say they did it very well, but they did it alright. But it sounds like they're really going to step it up in FIFA 14. Sounds like there's a lot more sort of decision making from your teammates, a lot more sort of logical movements and stuff like that, smarter marking, and also improved run tracking. So that's more sort of defensive stuff, which for me is a good thing, because often when you play a lofted through ball in online, especially when it's a little bit laggy, you'll find that their players easily just run through your defense because your defense just stops, and it's really annoying. Your defenders also will start to recognize opportunities and sort of provide support and win back possession for your team. This means, say you're you're getting dominated in the midfield, and then suddenly you get the ball back and you need, a quick counter-attack. One of your defenders might step up and sort of help the counter-attack, which for me is really cool and once again, really realistic. So the next thing is attacking players now sort of have different ways to outsmart their opponents. Whether it be sort of creating space for themselves, like running into gaps, running along the back line, or sort of checking their pace, which means sort of stopping and then sort of starting again, or slowing down, or, going quicker suddenly. But now it just sounds as if there's a lot of different ways for the players that you're not controlling to really make space for themselves and sort of create advantages and sort of attacking moves for themselves. Now, there's also been big changes to ball control, which they say this every year as well, but, whether or not you guys really think there's going to be a big change or not is up to you guys, but there's now sort of different ways to actually win those midfield battles. Now you can sort of do sprint dribble turns, which is sort of like sprinting in any direction at speed whilst sort of preserving momentum. You see Ramirez do this a lot. I know I constantly use Chelsea examples, no one else, but it's because I know Chelsea so much better than everyone else. But there's also sort of variable dribble touches, which sort of introduce sort of variety on touches while you sprint. So it's not just one sort of movement while sprinting with the ball. And as usual, obviously skilled players will have a much better touch and more control while sprinting with the ball than sort of some of your average players, which is normal. That's like that in real football. All this sort of stuff is just like real football, which for me is a really good thing. Obviously, you guys have heard about the global scouting network, but for me, this is going to make manager mode, so much better. And it's going to add so much more replay value to it, which is great. Not only this, there's also new sort of heads-up display in manager mode, sort of different menus now, just for easier navigation and all that sort of stuff, which is really good. Just one more quote I'd like to end with. Pretty much it says, FIFA 14 will deliver engaging online features and live services that connect fans to the heartbeat of the sport and to each other through EA Sports Football Club, making FIFA 14 soccer's, I don't like the way they said soccer, but nonetheless, soccer's social network where fans connect, compete, and share with millions of others around the world. The game will also feature changes to the popular FIFA Ultimate Team, which for me is great, by the way, guys. Also, a new online mode that will encourage social competition. I'm not sure what this is, but that sounds kind of cool for me. Multiple new features and benefits to EA Sports Football Club, which is, I suppose, pretty good. And complete authenticity with more than 500 officially licensed clubs. So, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Hopefully this game will be out in probably October. Hopefully it'll also be released on the PS4 maybe, a few months later. So once again, let me know what you guys think about this year's FIFA. It sounds like it has the potential to be really good. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you later.